One of the best policy announcements of recent times, in my opinion, something I'm very excited about, is a pest-free New Zealand by 2050. New Zealand predator-free, rather than pest-free is fair to say, formally adopting a target to eradicate all pests that threaten New Zealand native birds by 2050. Apparently pests like stoats and possums and rats as well, they kill up to 25 million native birds a year, and the National Government is saying enough is enough. We want these predators out of our system, and we've got, what does that mean, 35, 34 years to sort it out. And I have to say, team, extremely excited about this. Love it. Wish it happened tomorrow.
Yeah, no, it's really cool, but I think the government is riding on a bandwagon that started, that citizens have actually been doing for years and years in New Zealand, because there isn't enough money for dock. So in the old days, a dock worker would be somebody with little socks and sandals and shorts on, have one big area and do it all by himself. But technology has moved on, and traps are really fantastic now. School kids are doing it in Fiordland. In Wellington, there's lots of possum traps by a private company. It'll be the corporate sector and citizens that will do this, and not the government.
I wonder, I mean, I hear what you're saying, I think it's right, but why wouldn't you then, like the government's already spending, I think it was 60 to 80 million a year in pest eradication. They're gonna start off this new idea with a $28 million investment. Surely we take it anyway, and then the groups can still do their thing, but the government can just now jump on their back and make it even more effective. Or are you saying they can't do it?
I mean, we can all do it if we pull together, but saying things like we're going to put $28 million into it, that's money that should have gone to dock, surely.
Right.
I struggle to keep like cats out of my back garden, so I don't know if I'd be much help pulling together to do that. But there's a lot of bush out there.
And how do you feel about killing things as well?
Oh, you know.
Would you kill a possum? Would you trap one?
Of course.
I'd be mean to a rat.
Yeah, but not a possum.
But David, you've made a really interesting point. You've just said cats. I mean, we all know what Gareth Morgan's done in the last couple of years, wanting to eradicate cats.
I think this might have mentioned wild cats, actually, in what they're going to do there. So, yeah, it's just, I don't know how you find them. You've got to call them or something, or poison them.
So let's have a look
things on them.
Let's have a look at exactly what they're saying.
Or 1080.
John Key has said this. He said, quote, rats, possums and stoats kill 25 million of our native birds every year and prey on other native species such as lizards, and along with the rest of our environment, we must do more to protect them. Now, I also wonder, let's look at the cup as half empty for a second. Are they putting this out there now, 14, 15 months from the next election, to kind of get in the green-blue vote?
Definitely. But also, I've got a conspiracy theory, which is possums and ferrets carry the bovine TB, so they're getting rid of one kind of pest to protect the revenue that's coming from another kind of pest, i.e. dairy. There's so much money in that. Maybe that's just taking it too far, but when I read this I thought that too. Here
in Dunedin we've got Orokonui, the eco sanctuary, beautiful place to go. Other parts of the country, there's an island in the Hauraki Gulf up by Auckland called Tiritiri Matangi, pest free, and I have to say you go into these places and they are amazing with the bird life. You know, when you're a kid, or maybe in your late 30s, you often play a game. If I had a time machine, I've always said if I had a time machine I'd like to go back to New Zealand, 1700, 1800, and just sit in the bush for an hour. I wonder what it would have been like with no land mammals, and what the bird life would have been like. So that's why this really excites me. The only downside I see from this is, I'll probably be gone by 2050. I might be gone by 2050. I wish it was happening tomorrow. I don't see why it couldn't. Rather than 28 million this year, let's put 280 million into it and get it done in the next 10 years.